What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about the best binary options strategy. How are you going to trade to constantly profit and not blow your account? So I know that you're all definitely in search for something that's going to work. And if you've clicked on this video, it's because you want to know what is the best binary option strategy. So I'm gonna, in this video, talk about 5 pointers that are going to lead you to this. And before I even get to those, I'm going to discuss what the best binary option strategy actually is. So contrary to belief, there is no one strategy that is the best. There are many ways that you can trade binary options profitably, not only one. And every person is different, but what you definitely do need to do in order to get to that point of having a strategy that works for you, there are some things that you're going to need to understand and some things that you're going to need to do and learn and practice. So let's get to it. And the first thing we need to talk about, and I've spoken about this many times in other videos, I'm pretty sure I mention it in almost every single video, and it's because it's very important and it's something that not a lot of people understand. And it's that you need to understand that there will be losses. No matter how good your strategy is, no matter how good of a trader you are, you will always lose. There will always be losses. There will always be streaks of losses. There will always be periods of time where you're losing more than you're profiting. So that's something you're going to need to keep in mind when I go through this video. So the first real tip that I'm going to give is to use price action. Learn price action. Now, by price action, I mean the following. I mean support. Let me just delete this. By price action, I mean support and resistance. So, for example, there's a nice resistance level, and here's a good support level. So, support and resistance, and then trend lines. I'm doing this very roughly. I'm not really focusing on it. I'm just doing it for the purpose of the video. Trend lines, and then the trend as well. The trend being identifying the highs and lows. So for example, in this period of price action, price movement, we were in a slight downtrend. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then the low was equaled and then broke back above. Now we seem to be in a bit of an uptrend formation here. So that's what I mean by price action. You need to understand how to place your support resistances, trend lines, understand the trend, and then that's only the first little piece of price action. After that comes the movement of price. You need to see how price is moving. So when price approaches one of these areas, you need to be watching how is price behaving around these areas. So for example, the trend line does not necessarily mean price is going to come down to it and then move up. It could mean a break below, a retest, and then a fall. Various things could happen in a situation where price approaches a trend line or support or resistance. So that's the first tip, would be to use price action, understand price action, learn price action. The second tip, let me just take all of these off the chart. The second tip is to use indicators for help only. So what I mean by that is too many people use indicators to tell them when to enter a trade. So they'll put on moving averages and they'll say, whenever price touches the moving average, I'm gonna buy, or something to that effect. Those types of trading strategies definitely do not work. They might give you the odd profit here and there, but they're definitely not sustainable, is what I'm trying to say. They're not going to give you consistent results. They're going to be very 50-50, and the market conditions, current market conditions, are going to ruin you in those types of trading strategies. Whereas if you're looking at price action, certain market conditions you would actually end up staying away from. So what do I mean by use indicators for help only? So for example, I could say I've got these two moving averages on my chart. They're an 8 and a 21 period moving average. When they're below price and the 8 is above the 21, I am only going to be looking for buy opportunities. That does not mean I'm going to buy every time price comes into the moving average. It means I'm going to be looking for buy opportunities. So I could utilize that as help to know, okay, I'm only looking for buys in these market conditions, right? And then I'm going to use price action to determine my entry points. Okay, so support, resistance, trend lines, the trend, things of that nature. So that's the next big tip. And then the last big tip, which is very, very, very important, and this is kind of what brings everything together, and it's that you need to have a system that you follow. So what I mean by that is, too many traders come onto their binary options platform on a daily basis and they just trade. They trade without a plan. So they see something happening and they trade, and then they lose the trade, and then they trade again, and maybe they profit, and then they trade again, and they just kind of trade until they don't feel like trading anymore. So that is a big, big mistake. You need to have a system that you follow that's going to protect your account from losses. Okay, so what I'm saying there is you need to have a set system of how many trades am I going to be taking per day. How many losses am I willing to take? How much risk am I willing to put on my account today, or this week, or this month? You need to know, you need to define your risk that you're willing to accept before you start trading. The last thing you want is to start trading, have a couple losses, and then realize that you're 20% down on your account, and then you start panicking and doing stupid things. You need to have a system that's in place that protects you from situations like that. And that is very, very important. Now, if you're in need of a system or any strategy as well, because a strategy goes along with a system, of course. A strategy is what you're looking for to trade. A system is how you're going to trade on a daily basis. If you're looking for a system and a strategy, we have got our Viper binary strategy that we sell for very low cost. I'll link to it in the description below. You can go check it out and decide if it's something that you want to invest in. But otherwise, I hope this video has helped you. I'm sure you would have learned something. Definitely take my advice. Look, I'm not promising anything here. I'm just giving you some simple tips that will most definitely help you in your trading in the long run. So I hope it did help. Give the video a like if you feel it has. Leave a comment below if you have any questions whatsoever, and subscribe to the channel for daily binary options content. Cheers. If you are interested in learning how to trade binary options properly, do consider checking out our Viper binary strategy. It is the real way to trade binary options, and it is highly effective. If you're interested in this, go check us out, www.traderoomsessions.com. All the information you need is on the website.